The legend goes, there's an island no one knows in the Adriatic Sea, with a song that will bring you to your knees, you to your knees. Oh, a man in love, he prayed to the goddess above for the person with whom he could fall, and that's when he heard the call. He heard the call. The call. So he got on a ship, and he sailed out to sea. He didn't know where he was going, but he knew the wind would take him where he was meant to be. Through the wind and the rain, through the thunder and the lightning, he finally spotted sand. And as he dragged himself to shore with his spirit almost broken, he looked up and he held out his hand, and he said, I've been waiting for you. If someone wants to hear the call, just sit tight, it comes to a song. Be honest and open and kind, and as the legend goes, then you'll find your call. Your call. Wow, little technical issues, if you just want to please. You might not have heard that guitar, but let me tell you, it was awesome. Wow, 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 wow! Hey! Whoa, I cannot believe we made it here. I battled a tornado to get here. I'm not even kidding. Wow, thank you. I'm so excited that you all, well, maybe I forced you to come, but you're all here to hear this story. A lot of you have a pretty good idea of this story. I mean, maybe you followed my adventures on Instagram. Maybe, a great platform. Maybe you saw the last version of this concert. Maybe we've had the absolute pleasure to catch up since this all went down. But it always makes me laugh to hear people talk about my experience based solely off of my Instagram. Oh, he lived in a van in Colorado. He's a famous rock climber in Yellowstone. He's a park ranger in Yosemite. And all of these things are half true. But on the flip side, it always makes me laugh when people say to me, oh, weren't you out west or something? Who was that? And no matter what, I always reply, it was awesome.
Yes.
But how can 3 ordinary words do 18 extraordinary months justice? They can't. So that leads us here tonight. So through my original music, this is the story of my pandemic. March 2020. I'm just doing the actor hustle, running around like a chicken with my head cut off, and then suddenly everything is canceled. A couple of months prior, I'd had my heart shattered by this boy, and I'd been holding onto this heartbreak so tightly. But now with all of life's distractions stripped away, I know it's time to put in the work to move on. So I start investing in myself, because now I have this complicated gift of time. What am I gonna do with it? How am I gonna conquer this fucking pandemic? So I think, should I go home? No, but also maybe I've been too rash. Maybe I should stay and try to win the boy back. But also my lease is coming up, so should I stay and resign? Should I get a new apartment? Should I even stay in New York? I don't know. I should probably go, but where should I go? Should I go north, south, east, west? What if I went out west? What does that even mean? So I think, okay, what would I do? So I look at national park positions, I look at volunteer positions, I'm talking people to the park service and outdoor programs, but nothing feels quite right. But then, my friend John Peterson connects me with his friend Calloway, who lives in a van in Moab. Yes, in a van by the river! Shut up, I gotta make a call. Hey, Calloway, so John tells me that you live in a van and that you rock climb and you're a raft guide. That's sick. That's exactly what I want to be doing. How do I do it? Just come out and make it work? Oh my God, do I actually do this? Oh my God, do I actually do this? So I buy a one-way ticket, I pack up my apartment, I head to the airport, but if I get on that plane, I'm choosing to leave this boy and this life behind. Can I do it? When do I go? Always search for you to face the honest truth that you're not there. Usually hurts like a bitch. It's like a cold water dive that makes you feel alive, so I count on it. If I don't feel these feelings, did I ever have those feelings at all? I don't know who I am without this heartbreak taking over my life. But today, when I woke up, I didn't search for you, I didn't feel the need to. I wasn't enough for me. I'm releasing these shackles that I put on me. I'm tired of walking up and down the same old tree. Happiness can be a truth to some degree, so today I choose to be free. But that was today. Come tomorrow, who's to say that my lighthouse won't be beaming now? I do the work, but the fields will have their say, so I redefine the way I interact with it. But I don't want to forget why I had to work so damn hard. Yeah, I'm releasing these shackles that I put on me. I'm tired of walking up and down the same old tree. Happiness can be a choice to some degree, so today I choose to be free. Every day's a gamble, I don't know what I'll have to handle, but I know there's much more to do. Growing up is often didn't actually choose stuff. Mistakes are made, regrets you have to live with. Oh, but I won't give up the vision and the mind's made up for the person who I'm striving to be. When the shadows close on in, let myself again. It's pressure you put on yourself.
Last call for flight 1003 to Salt Lake City.
So I'm releasing these shackles that I put on me. I'm tired of arguing up and down the same old tree. Happiness can be a choice to some degree, so today I choose to be free. Oh, I'm releasing these shackles that I put on me. Boyfriends, John. Actor, fitness guru, Justin. Actor, indoor cat. And me. And me. And we go out to meet Calloway, Van Gween, and Raft Guide, and Mickey, actor, tattoo artist. So we make our way down to the town of Moab, where Calloway lives, and we're exploring Utah by day, car camping by night. But our very first day out there, Calloway takes us to Looking Glass Arch. This is a natural arch made of stone. It's deep in the desert, where the local guides are rigging a high line, which is essentially a tightrope. Now, I, of course, leap at the opportunity to just hang on this line, so I scooch out to the middle. I'm 300 feet in the air, the wind is whipping. I'm holding onto a 1-inch thick line, connected only by a harness and a tether. I scream so they can hear me. I say, "Now what?" And they said, "Let go!" And I said, "What?" And they said, "Let go!" And I said, and I let go. And I feel myself fall through what feels like this glorious eternity, absorbing the weightlessness and feeling one with the air. And then I jolted back into reality by my harness, catching me. And over the wind and the echoes of the arch, I make out, "Savage, savage, savage."
Savage, 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 savage.
I just earned my own last name. And I thought, this is the tone of the rest of the trip, then this is gonna be great. I'm having the best day of my life. You see him smiling out from ear to ear. I'm having the best day of my life. I'm telling everyone who wants to hear. I'm telling everybody, because I gotta tell somebody. Because I'm busted at the seams to say. Like those lovely leaves are ringing and those dope-ass birds are singing. And you feel the wind whip over my face. And I got the sun, I got the sun, I got the sun, nothing's in my way, no, I got the sun, I got the sun, I got the sun, nothing's in my way, no, 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 no. I feel a shiver in my spine and a warm feeling inside of my heart. The air is full of possibilities and adventures about to start. The sunlight on my skin, those endorphins rushing in as I look across the fields of my name. But nothing could be funnier than the outdoors in the summer. Does anyone wanna come down and play? And I got the sun, I got the sun, nothing's in my way, no, I got the sun, I got the sun, I got the sun, nothing's in my way, no, 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 no. Hey, can we go climbing today? Ba-da-da-ba-ba-da-da-ba-ba-da. Ooh, what if we tried windsurfing? Ba-da-da-ba-ba-da-da-ba-ba-da. Idaho, Oregon, Nevada, Washington, Utah, California, best burger ever! I got the sun, I got the sun, I got the sun, nothing's in my way, no, I got the sun, I got the sun, I got the sun, nothing's in my way, no, 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 whoa. We went on the road, camping where we could, trying new things every day. I mean, we're making dinner outside in a propane stove. We're pooping in holes. Showering? What's that? We bathe in the river. We let nature cleanse us. It's not all sunshine and roses, okay? When we were camping outside of Mount Rainier, I neglected to notice the hole in the bottom of my $20 tent as it proceeded to pour all night. And I woke up on top of my 1-inch thick sleeping pad and thought, why is my toe wet? Only to find that my tent had flooded and that everything I owned was wet. Now it is still pouring outside, so I have no other choice but to sit there and think about how everything I own is wet. Yeah, those 6 weeks are awesome, but now they're coming to an end, and everybody has something to go back to. Well, not me, I bought a one-way ticket, but I don't have any plans. What happens next? Okay, Jonathan, what do you need to survive? I need a home. I need someplace to live. I need a van. So I scour the internet, pulling my hair out, trying to find the perfect vehicle. I'm on Facebook, Craigslist, CarMax, Carfax, but either the seller's a scam, or the mileage is too high, or the vehicle is too old. And now I'm getting nervous because I need a home base before everybody leaves and I'm alone. But I know I'm gonna find it if I just keep looking. And I did. Finally, I found her. A 1995 Dodge Ram camper van flipped by a cool young dude. New engine, new transmission, sick matte gray paint job. She is so cool. And she is mine. And I bought her, and I named her Apollo. So everybody leaves. And now I'm alone. No one and nothing can prepare you for what it's like to live in a van by yourself. Traveling with friends is great, but that first night on your own, after you've done all the things you know you're supposed to do, and then it's just you and the outdoors.
Oh my God.
Well, now what? Door closed, wheel down, breathe in and breathe out, and breathe in again. Find your keys in the mess you just had to undress. Get dressed for the next occasion. My van is my closet, my bedroom, my locker, my gear store, my kitchen, a powder room and den. In each situation, my van keeps on singing that same old melody. She's singing ba 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 ba. Try far, sing loud, speak thoughts and scream out, 'cause no one can hear you. Here you are safe, and this is your escape. To be whoever you want to. My van is my best friend, my zen place, creative space, my smoke spot, my chill spot, a nowhere to go spot. In mountains, in deserts, in deep woods, on highways, that same old melody. She's singing ba 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 da, ba 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 ba. Ooh, I wanna go for a ride, and ooh, I wanna go for a ride. From Salt Lake to Junction to Moab to the Tetons to Yellowstone to Bozeman, back to Yellowstone and the back again to Bozeman to Vegas to J-Tree to Big Skies, that same old melody. She's singing ba 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 da, ba 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 ba. The door closed, wheel down, breathe in and breathe out, and breathe I need a job. All right, ooh, okay. Adobe cliff dwellings. Hey, my name is Jonathan and I would like, oh, I don't have enough experience? Oh, okay. A ropes course in Denver, Colorado. Hey, my name is Jonathan and I'd love, oh, it's past hiring season? Oh, okay. Oh, the Alaskan Public Land Center. Hey, my name is Jonathan and I would just love, oh, it doesn't pay? You'd love to have me volunteer if I found my way to Anchorage? And at this point I'm thinking, Jonathan, what are you doing? I mean, you've had a good run, but maybe it's time you count your losses. You're way too far in over your head. You don't belong here. Who do you even think you are? No. I'm Jonathan Savage.
Yes.
Woo!
Yes.
I earned my name.
Woo!
Did I? Yes. No. I'm a positive person, and I will make something work. I'm an actor, for God's sakes. I know how to hustle.
Yes.
I just gotta keep pushing. Coolworks.com. A preschool in Yellowstone. Hi. Oh, my name is Jonathan. I love kids. I have a lot of experience. I don't even need housing. I live in a van. Okay. I'll be there soon. So I pack up my van. I've been living in Grand Junction, Colorado. I'm 5 hours west of Denver, building my bed, stocking my van, but now it's time to go. And it hits me. This is the first time on this entire trip that I'm traveling someplace new all on my own. I mean, up until now, I've always had someone to fall back on, but now it's just me and my van. I'm going someplace I've never been before where no one knows me, and honestly, I'm excited. How random is this? So, I hit the highway. Days later, I arrive in Yellowstone National Park. I look at the entrance people thinking, you'll be seeing a lot more of me. I live here now. For hours, I drive through hordes of deep green trees, just imagining this land as it has been for thousands of years. But this area that we know as Yellowstone is a traditional shared homeland for several tribal nations. In fact, there are 27 recognized tribes that have a traditional and enduring connection to the land. Tribes such as the Shoshone, the Bannock, the Cheyenne, the Absaluke, all before Yellowstone as a park, and even still continue to steward the land. And so, I, hours later, finally pass through Golden Gate Canyon, and then suddenly everything turns white. And I find that I'm on the side of a mountain in my rickety van, terrified I'm gonna fall off the side to my death. But I can't stop beaming because this place is gorgeous. And then down in the valley, I see this little town of locals nestled inside of Yellowstone called Mammoth Hot Springs, my new home. Now I'm told I'm gonna park my van in the driveway of this woman named Mary, who apparently is also a teacher at the preschool, and I will park my van there and we will share the common spaces. Now I imagine Mary to be this 50-year-old woman who's never left Wyoming, and honestly, I'm excited. I love making friends with middle-aged women. So I roll up to her house on the top of the hill, mountains looming in all directions. And it turns out that the park actually provides housing, so I have a room, and my roommate is this woman named Mary, who's a super hip, cool 22-year-old. But don't worry, I made plenty of other middle-aged women friends while I was out there. Now, I arrived during the elk rut, also known as elk mating season. And during the elk rut, the bull elks, the one with the big racks on their head, plant their feet, look to the sky, and make this god-awful sound called bugling. And it sounds like a child dying. And the women come. And you know, you can hear it all times of day, night, just and I think, wow, I'm really in it. So I take some time to explore my backyard, which is literally a national park. And so I head up this small elevation called Dude Hill, and it overlooks Mammoth Canyon. And I'm obviously blown away by the beauty of this place. But then on the hill next to me, I look, and I finally see my first elk. Majestic, towering, massive rack. And I'm humbled by the beauty, by the nature. I mean, this is life happening in front of me. And here is a soul just like me, yearning for his companion. And I feel like I get him, I'm here too, on top of Dude Hill, wishing for someone to share this with. So I call out. For you. The elk stands on the hill to prove his love with his will. He grew these tools for your assistance, so you can find him in the distance. Too, he grew them for you to prove that he'll protect you. With all his might, so you can find him in the night. Come love, I wait, I wait. Come love, I wait, I wait. The bison follows around the lady that he has found. He'll follow closely from a distance to prove his love with persistence. Respectfully he waits, for she has the right to debate. But so he'll never waver till she accepts him in her favor. Come love, I wait, I wait. Come love, I wait, I wait. An olden timeless tale of lovers scared to fail. The bison, elk, and bear, the eagle, trout, and the hare. So now it's me with you, as a life for centuries will do. And so I proudly join the throng to prove my love with my soul. Come love, I wait, I wait. Come love, I wait, I wait. I sit, I breathe, and then I head back down the hill with a heart full of hope. ready to meet the kids tomorrow. So I start at Little People's Learning Center as the assistant teacher to the Junior Rangers. I work 4 days a week, 10 hours a day, 7 to 5. 6 weeks later, the lead teacher of that classroom leaves, and somehow I find myself as the lead teacher of the Junior Rangers. 5 2 to 3-year-olds. Now, this isn't a drop-off daycare for people visiting the park. No. This is for the Rangers, the full-time employees, the locals, their kids. I took this job because I wanted to learn how to be a good dad. And watching kids grow, there's nothing more special. The light in your eyes when you see the world. The light in your eyes when you make a connection. And I don't know why, it gets me every time. The light in your eyes. The light in your eyes. The light in your eyes when you tie shoes. When I first started, my biggest battle was getting Christopher Bono to put his socks on without a temper tantrum. The light in your eyes when you make a connection. My good friend Violet would sit next to me during the gym while the other kids would hit each other with tumble blocks. So I'd give her Cheez-Its until the other kids got wise. And I don't know why, it gets me every time. The light in your eyes, the light in your eyes. Now, the biggest part of my job is potty training. Which I don't know how to do. Steely Reed is quite difficult and refuses to poop in the potty. One day during lunch, he rises out of his seat, face deep red. I look at him and I say, "Are you pooping?" And he goes. So I whisk him away to the bathroom. I grab books for us to read. We are 3 pages into The Hungry Caterpillar. You got this. Just keep pushing. No, I don't. Yes, you do. I know you can do this. You haven't pooped in 3 days. I know you have to go. Suddenly, fear enters his eyes as the number 2 starts appearing. He's screaming, I'm screaming, we're all screaming, but finally, he poops in the potty for the first time. If only every time was that easy. And I don't know why, it gets me every time. The light in your eyes, the light in your eyes. And for the record, I run a rockin' circle time. I'm all settled in. My next job, my next job is to find a way to keep climbing. So I decide that I want a gay climbing partner because I feel like I'm the only gay person in Yellowstone, which I since learned is not true. But so I turned to this app for gay people. If you know what it is, great. If you don't worry about it. And I meet this guy named Gavin. But all of his pictures are blurry pictures of him climbing from behind. So I go to his Instagram. But there's no pictures except for a tiny profile picture of half his face where he's wearing sunglasses and has a scruffy beard. But he seems nice and he's definitely the most experienced outdoorsman. I know that he'll keep me safe, so we agree to meet up to climb. Now, my van keeps breaking down, so we have to reschedule 3 times. And now I can tell he's getting frustrated, so I borrow my friend's car and I bring along my recently discovered hip 22-year-old roommate, Mary, to frankly be a cockblocker. We drive an hour to go meet Gavin. We're coming from Yellowstone in Wyoming. He's coming from Bozeman, Montana. We get there first, and we are nervously awaiting to climb massive jagged rocks with a stranger that I met on the gay internet. Finally, he arrives. We can't get a good look. Is he cute? Is he cute? And then the door opens, and out steps this beautiful Australian cattle dog. And she bounds up on me like, "Hi, girl." And then out steps this 6'3" gorgeous man with a jaw cut from marble. And I look at Mary and I say, "You can go." He walks towards me. He has this quiet, commanding presence. "Gavin, hey, my name is Jonathan and this is Mary, and we are so excited to climb with you." And he smiles a little half smile and turns away in a shy shrug. So we climb, and I can't tell if he's shy or if he hates me. But I made him laugh a couple of times, so I invite him over for a campfire at our house. And he came, and well, he never left. And I thought, okay, well, you know, I'm leaving, but it's nice to have someone to keep you warm. So we start to date. "I wanna leave you, 'cause as soon as I do, I get that good, good feeling of missing you. I get my wrapped around your finger. I don't know when it happened, but it did. Now you got me writing love songs to see what you're doing to me. Come on, baby, yeah. And no, I love it when we're together. I don't wanna be in your arms forever. No, I wanna leave you, 'cause as soon as I do, I get that good, good feeling of missing you. Oh, I wanna leave you, 'cause as soon as I do, I get to come running back to you. You know I want you, oh, no. You know I want you, oh, no, no. Alright, you got me, I said it, I want you. Oh, please believe me when I say it, 'cause I do. But I've been here before, so I'm insecure. Between the walls, between the fall. Baby, we can have it all. And so I love it when we're together. But I don't wanna be in your arms forever. No, I wanna leave you, 'cause as soon as I do, I get that good, good feeling of missing you. Oh, I wanna leave you, 'cause as soon as I do, I get to come running back to you. You know I want you, oh, no. You know I want you, oh, no, no. Alright, you got me, I said it, I want you. Alright, you got me, I said it, I want you. Alright, you got me, I said it, I want you. Oh, no, no. And no, I love it when we're together. I don't wanna be in your arms forever. I get that good, good feeling of missing you. Oh, I wanna leave you, 'cause as soon as I do, I get to come running back to you. You know I want you, oh, no. You know I want you, oh, no, no. Oh, fuck! It's gonna be okay. Dating Gavin is so fun. He shows me things about the outdoors, things I never dreamed I'd be able to do. I mean, we're riding horses through the valleys. He tied me in for my first multi-pitch. It's a climbing thing. Point is, I learned that I can always trust him to keep me safe. And you know, we make a good team. Yes, Gavin may be calm, but I'm outgoing, and together we make a whole functioning person. Now, I introduced Gavin to my friends, to my coworkers, the parents of the kids start getting to know him. Hell, some of the kids get to start to know him. And he's becoming a really big part of my life in Yellowstone. And as it gets colder, we transition to winter sports. So now we're ice climbing, which is awful. Skiing, which is great. And then the park shuts down, so now it's just locals and full-timers. And I'm getting to do the holidays with the kids. And, you know, I'm building a life here. I'm building a home, I'm building a community. I've been here for months longer than anticipated. I have a weekly kids acting class. I'm directing, choreographing, stage managing, lighting designing, spot opting, set designing a one-woman show. A one-woman show by one of my middle-aged women best friends. Nico Midcast on the live stream, I love you. Point is, my schedule is packed and I'm having a blast, but I'm constantly inundated by this unrelenting feeling of doubt. And so I share it with Gavin all times of day. It just, like, every time I open Instagram, I feel like what I'm doing here is wrong. That I should be in New York, that I'm missing out on something. I know, I wanna go back, but I don't wanna go too soon. And it feels like every decision I make, I'm standing in front of two paths, and each leads to a completely different life. But I just want to stride down the middle. Why can't I? It's very frustrating. But there is one thing I'm certain of. There is one thing I'm certain of. I fell in love with the mountains. I fell in love with the stones, with the sagebrush and the river, the yellow fields where the bison roam. And it's sad, you know, and I'm scared of falling deeper, but this part of my soul is rejoicing in folds. I wanna be a mountain man, wanna saddle my horse and camp out under the stars, hear the wolves cry as we breathe in the outside. No matter where you are, a mountain's never far. I fell in love in the mountains. I fell in love in the snow. He showed me how to live in the mountains. He always kept me warm. And it's sad, you know, and I'm scared of falling deeper. I keep stopping myself from giving all of me to you, my mountain man. Can we saddle our horses and camp out under the stars? Hear the wolves cry as we breathe in the outside and stay with you forever in your arms. But we both know I can't stay forever, and I'll have to leave with the warmer weather. But it's just so easy to be together, so I'd rather love and lost than to have never. So will you be my mountain man? Can we saddle our horses and camp out under the stars? Hear the wolves cry as we breathe in the outside, and when I go, I'll gladly take the scar. Ooh. No matter where you are, the mountain's never far. People often say there's a time to come to Yellowstone and a time to leave Yellowstone, and I know my time is coming. The 5-year-olds graduate to kindergarten, my friends Lena and Mitch are headed to Amsterdam for grad school, Mary to Scotland. Gavin will head to the ranch where I'll spend a little bit of time, but ultimately we've decided to break up, but maintain contact and see where life takes us. And I move back into the van. And as I take stock of all my things, I find that I can't throw anything away because all I can see are 18 months of memories just shoved into the corners. I mean, there's the sleeping bag that I borrowed and then later stole from Mary. And there's the box of screws that I used to install my curtains with Mickey and Drake. And there's the rock that Violet gave me on my second day of school.
Aww.
Wow. What a year. I throw everything in the van, and I drive out of the park for the last time. Goodbye, my friend. I'll see you soon. But now, it's time for 3 months of highways, van nights, campfires, solitude, and old friends as I make my way back to New York City. Long road, miles far, I'm driving so far out so I can see the stars. Oh, oh, small town, gaslight, I'm wondering where we're gonna sleep tonight. Oh, oh, point me to the woods. That's my neighborhood. Hey, come on, cowboy, ride to town. What are you looking for? You search the whole town up and down, but what are you looking for? What are you looking for? And when you got it, what if it's not what you wanted? And what you wanted is 2,000 miles back where you started, back where you started. Whoa. Come on, cowboy. I got the light sun kissing my skin, the wind is in my hair, and I'm feeling it. Oh, oh, sundown, heartache. I know my days are numbered by that cityscape. Oh, oh. But I keep asking why. Why would I leave this life? Oh, come on, cowboy, ride to town. What are you looking for? You search the whole town up and down, but what are you looking for? What are you looking for? And when you got it, what if it's not what you wanted? And what you wanted is 2,000 miles back where you started, back where you started. that breaking up was the wrong decision. He's sitting right over there. Baby, I love you with my whole heart. While we're on the subject of love, there's so many people I need to thank. First off, this incredible band. First off, the writer of Off-Broadway's The Last Session and one of my fabulous mentors, Steve Shacklin on the middle. The West Villages and Monster Bar's very own Bill Goffey on the bass. And the incredibly punky, the incredibly talented Matt Sweeney on the drums. I absolutely have to thank Ashley and Chris on Lights and Sound. Y'all are amazing. We got Danielle on the live stream. Everybody went to live stream. 54, thank you so much for letting me be here. I emailed Jen Tepper as I was driving back. I was in Indianapolis and I was like, can I please do a show here? And she said yes, and I said thank you, and now we're here. Obviously I have to thank my incredible family. My sister and my cousins are here, which is really cool. My parents on the live stream, for many reasons. Without them, I would not be here. All of you for literally coming. Thanks. That's so nice. And two incredibly important thank yous that I must give are to Joe Allen and Ben Sears, my director and my producer, respectively. They have been here from the very beginning, from the moment I sent them the first chords of the call, as I decided I was going west, as I had many panic attacks out there. Bringing them on for this phase of the journey was the smartest decision I could have made, and they have dealt with me in every sense of the word of what it means to deal with me, so thank you from the bottom of my heart. There is one special person who could not be here tonight, and that is my van Apollo. She couldn't fit down the stairs. No. By midsummer, back into the narrative, by midsummer, Apollo is having more problems than usual. My radiator this, my engine overheating that. I have plans to store her when I get back to the city, but now I'm just praying she gets me back to the city in one piece. One of my last stops before I get back to New York is the home of my alma mater, Penn State. I arrive, and the plan is the next day to drive to New York City. I wake up, getting ready, and Apollo will not even turn on. Yeah, shit is right. I have her towed away. She's towed away, and I am told that it'll cost more than what she's worth to fix. So I call Gavin and I cry. And then I get my affairs in order. I buy a U-Haul to take me the final 203 miles. And I head to the scrapyard and I gut the van. And I take out the sleeping bag and the box of screws and the rocks and my clothes and my climbing equipment and my skis and my books. And I throw them all into the box truck. And then I get in that U-Haul. And then I just sob. Is the sheer weight of what's finally coming to an end settles on my shoulders. And I think, what am I doing? What was this all for? I'm coming back a year and a half later, and what do I have to show for myself? And then I remember something that my friend Lena told me. She worked at the Yellowstone Museum, and she told me that back in the 1930s, there was this group of friends. They were all seasonal workers in the park, and they do shows around the park, and they were called the Savages. No. I just thought, gee, I just hope that one day, one person finds some picture of me. And here's the legend of Jonathan Savage. The little gay boy that worked at the preschool, who sang very loud and just tried to put a smile on your face. A man who made the best of a shit situation. A man who fell in love and climbed mountains and skied down them. A man who flew by the seat of his pants and followed the fun and his heart. A man who went out there and fucking lived.
Yes.
What do I have to show for myself? This. Me. I went out there and I earned my name Savage. And I learned what it meant to be Jonathan Savage. You know, when I think about my time out west, the first place I think of is my favorite little spot on the Yellowstone River. A place where I wrote a good number of these songs. You know, nature is unrelenting. It will always run its course regardless of how you feel. And the river will continue to flow long after we're gone and our bodies rejoin the earth. And it'll flow until it meets the sea. Sounds a bit like life, doesn't it? For nature always has the best lessons. I watch the river go, watch it flow, flow towards the sea. I watch the river go, and I know one day it'll come from me. My day to meet the sea. 6 weeks turned 6 months, turned over a year. I'm not who I was or who I tried to be. Daylight shrank and grew once more. All the while, the river still kisses the shore. I watch the river flow, watch it go, flow towards the sea. I watch the river go, and I know one day it'll come from me. My day to meet the sea. Edges are softened, slowly erode, making canyons deep in the stone. The river will do whatever it wants, pushing, shoving, moving, flowing, loving, growing, knowing, never slowing. I watch the river go, watch it flow, flow towards the sea. I watch the river go, and I know one day it'll come for me. I'm back where I started. Don't know what's next. On the brink of adventure once again. It makes my heart flutter. I'm scared. scared to the bone, but I know I'll find my way home. I watch the river flow, watch it go, flow towards the sea. One day it'll come for me, my day to meet the sea, my day to meet the sea, my day to meet